Grumble, grumble.
All right, so next up, we reveal the exploration token, and it is an attack, and it has a clue on it. All right, so let's get the City of Gold first. No encounter, so no problem there. Whenever a clue is found, every hero must make an Agility 6 plus or Cunning 6 plus test. If failed, take d6 hits that do 2 damage each. Alright, so we need Agility for our Eagle Warrior. Which he failed. But I do have 3 grit. Alright, so he just takes 1 hit that does 2 damage. So roll defense. Which he does not get. Okay, so Eagle Warrior takes 2 damage. Valkyrie is going to be doing agility. Takes 2 hits. She's got defense on a 3 plus. Okay, so she blocks both. So we have found our second clue. Whenever a clue is found, in addition to any other elements on the exploration token, heroes have discovered some evidence of what happened here. Roll a d6 on the chart below to see what the heroes have found. Okay. Survivor. Barely alive and half mad, the heroes have found a survivor. Note this in the campaign log. Each hero draws 2 loot. Woo! And because we're in the Blasted Waits, we're drawing Wasteland loot. Which, I'll be real honest, I don't know if I've ever drawn Wasteland loot. I have not gotten a lot of play out of my Blasted Waste stuff. Alright, so we each get 2 on the Wasteland loot deck. Relic from another place. Awesome. Damn. Just get a gear. Can't remember if this is. All right, he gets the Golden Plume. Use 1 grit to attach to any hat. Once per turn, when you recover a grit or ambition, you heal 1 wound and 1 sanity. I'll actually, well, I don't have a hat on. Yes, I do. I have my Eagle armor, which counts as a hat. It does have upgrade slots. So I'm gonna spend 1 grit to attach that, and now he gets access to that. Okay, so whenever he recovers a grid, he gets to heal. That's actually really powerful. And he gets 15 XP for that. He also gets D6 times 25 alien coins. So 75 gold. Plus, all loot cards include an additional 150. So he gets 375 gold on top of everything else. And 30 XP. Very nice. Our other buddy here gets 1 scrap token. Have a means for tracking scrap on here. I'm just gonna write that. And dark stone, taking her up to 4 dark stone. These guys have an absurd amount of loot for being in their 3rd room, basically. And then 30 XP. Which takes them up to 150. Very nice. Moving on. Yeah, after completing the second clue, the heroes have the opportunity to push their luck. Yep, okay, so next up I have to resolve this attack. So let's see, we are in the Blasted Waste Otherworld. Shovel this bad boy up and see what we get. Let's dance, motherfuckers. All right. 1 scavenger heavy. I believe I have those ready. All right. So here is our scavenger heavy who spawns basically there. To get his enemy card out. Might take me a minute. There are a whole hell of a lot of enemy cards in this game. And as I said, I have not faced these guys in some time. There we go. Well, here's the scavengers. Well, what makes them heavy? All right, so we're going to have to look at the rule book here. I don't know that there's a separate rule set for the... Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, scavenger heavies. Toughest and meanest of wasteland scavengers, heavy scrap fire cannons. Normal scavenger, enemy, model, but with the following changes to its stats. Surely this is not only captured here. Well, it doesn't appear to me that always part of a wasteland scavenger enemy group. Draw a wasteland warband card. So it's a little unclear, but it seems to be the case that you just use the Wasteland Scavenger card and replace their weapon, which, I mean, unless you're sitting there staring at the rule book, there's no fucking way you would know that. Maybe it's on the threat card? No, nothing on the threat card. It doesn't even remind you to draw a warband card. Yep. Okay, so they get double health and double combat damage. So he's got 14 health. And his combat hits do 6 damage each, which I don't imagine he will be actually making use of. Assume that he would just be charging in. Or hanging back and blasting away with that rather gigantic gun he has. But maybe that's a warband trait. Because he also gets one of those. The Flesh Eaters. Adorned with bones and trinkets as trophies from their victims, the Flesh Eaters are cannibalistic slavers. They thrive in the most remote parts of the Sulphur Desert and create rust forts built into the cliffside. Those that they capture and enslave are made to fight in their arenas where they feed on the weak. The Hunger. Does +1 damage on combat hits against a target that has strength 3 or higher, which is neither of us. Or +2 damage against targets of strength 5 or higher. So this actually does nothing. But okay. Well, I don't think this motherfucker's gonna be around for long. But I suppose we'll see. Okay, so that takes us around to the next round, holding back the darkness. Failure, which gets us a darkness card. You know, I almost kind of wish that they would just abandon the idea of other worlds and just build out each other world into its own world. Because, you know, as it stands, you have this weird mixture of encounters and map cards and such from the standard world, or encounter from the other world, and growing dread and darkness cards from the standard world. And so these darkness cards are not going to be themed. They're going to still be themed for the Spanish Fort, which is a little weird. Each hero must discard 1 grit. Okay, yep, I'll do that. Otherwise, he curses us, and every time we take wounds, we take 1 extra. And there's no way in hell that I'm going up against that. I don't think anything comes into play with this day and night stuff. Yeah, night effects. The night mist on that boiling acid is a night effect, so that's not going to come in. So it's time for combat. The scavenger uses the peril die to determine his initiative, which gives him a 5. And what else does he have going on? 3 defense, 7 health. Yeah. All right. So either way, though, my Eagle Warrior is going before him. And the Eagle Warrior is rolling a D8. Recovering a grit. On a roll of 1 to 2, gets a grit back. When he recovers grit, he heals 1 wound and 1 sanity. He doesn't have any sanity damage, but he heals a wound. That's really nice. There's one other rule with these guys. Snap fire. Vicious hand-to-hand fighters. Yeah, So I need the Snapfire reference card too. If I don't already have it here. Which I do not. It's still not going to really play in at the moment, but best to have it out before I go charging in. Oh, here we go. Okay, so there is a card for the Scavenger Heavy. Yeah. Shots 5. Holy shit. He's immune to crits too. Damn, this motherfucker is pretty tough. That actually kind of overrides it. That's still not what I was looking for, but. Snapfire. Where the fuck are you? You know what? I think this is one of these other cards. Yep. All right. Target move and attack and melee is normal, but may also take shots of opportunity with their ranged weapons. At the start of an enemy activation, if there's no enemies or no heroes adjacent to it, it makes a free ranged attack using the ranged attack described in the ability list at a hero within range and line of sight. Okay, so he's only going to use that giant rifle if I stay back. Use Snapfire markers to show which heroes are targeted with these free range attacks. Target selection should be based on heroes with the fewest Snapfire markers already on them. Okay. After completing any free ranged attack, these enemies will select a target, move, and make a melee attack as normal. Hit and run. Roll a d6 for each enemy adjacent to a hero at the end of its activation. On a roll of 3... What? I see. Okay, so he'll try to move away. All right, so we don't have to worry about that for the second, though. What we need to worry about is getting our Aztec in there to fuck him up. We've got +1 move. Once per fight, add +1 damage to your hits for every 2 unspent points of movement. So close the distance. And then start fucking him up. You know what though? I was supposed to get 1 extra loot card from earlier. I'm just gonna go ahead and resolve that now because I'll forget. That's the rule on the blasted waste, which will also translate to another 150 gold. And it does say 1 or more loot card. Sorry, this is kind of slow to a crawl, but there's a lot going on here, and I'm coming back to this mission about a week after I started it. Because I had to leave to go on vacation for the holiday. All right, got a chance at another relic. I'm gonna roll on that first. 3. It's still just a fucking gear card. 15 XP. And 25 gold. But an extra 150 gold too. She didn't even get her gold last time. So 125 gold. The elegant trousers, +1 agility and +1 health. Really kind of out of room for all this shit with her. Good to know. Okay, so this guy's rolling for grit. Nothing. He's moving. So he's moved 3 spaces. He has a move of 5. 5? Yes. He's +1 to move. No, 7. Because you're supposed to use a D8, so instead of him having a default of 4, I'm defaulting him to 6 +1 on that. So, so he moved. So he's doing 2 extra damage on one of these attacks. He's going to start with his free attack. Once per fight, range 7, shots 1. Uses the D8 to hit. A 7, which would be a crit, except that they're immune to critical hits. But it is a hit, doing 5 damage. And any model wounded by an Aztec spirit is -1 defense until the end of the turn. So he's -1 defense as well. So I'm getting 2 damage through to him, taking him down to 12. And he's -1 on his defense, which is actually really nice. Because his defense is only 2 now. And 2 I can deal with. All right, next up, I'm just doing my combat attack. 2 dice. We got a miss and a crit. I think I'll spend a grit to re-roll that miss. We had a 6 here. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, so we're hitting him for 2 plus 2 because of his movement, which is 4, which does another 2 damage. It takes him down to 10, which is not a bad start. Jesus. These things are kind of finicky. I feel like I have them upside down or something. Yeah, totally. It's way easier that way. All right. Scavenger's up next. So let's just look at this Snapfire again. At the start of his activation, if there are no heroes adjacent, then he gets to make his free attack. That's not happening. Yeah, so he's just doing his regular melee attack, but he will try to hit and run. So he... Yeah, why is that a 2? Oh, because he's +1 combat for every 2 anvils their target currently carries. Because he's a desert raider. That's kind of weird. So he has 3 combat instead of his 2, and he hits on 4s. Two misses and 1 hit. Defense. Defended. And now he will try to hit and run. So he's rolling a d6. He gets a 6. Makes a free move along the shortest distance to no longer be adjacent to any heroes. Which means he's going to go 1, 2. All right, and it comes around to the Valkyrie. She is rolling for her grit. 5. Which, yeah, that's actually how she receives grit. So she gets a grit off of that. Very nice. And then she's moving. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to try and close on him, but I don't think she has any means by which she can try to get there. Combat hits up to 2 spaces away. Nope, so that's it for her. Oh, he's supposed to reveal the growing dragon? I don't think so. All right, so comes back to holding back the darkness. Let me get some nice rolls here, please. Fuck you, 3s. Oh, double 3s. Fuck you. We've got the Blasted Waste, Depth Event, Creeping Darkness. The darkness is always searching for a way out. Move the darkness 2 steps forward on the depth track. Jesus Christ. Which lands it on a darkness space. Are these guys beasts? They are not. Nor are they tribal. All right, tribal assault. All tribal and beast enemies are +1 initiative and +1 combat / shot, but that does not apply to them. And the City of Gold adventure card would give tribal and beast enemies +2 damage and +2 health. But again, that does not apply to them either. So thankfully, neither of these benefits apply to them. And it's just, it's back to my turn. So rolling for grit. What does he get it on? No, on a 1 or 2. He moves. Free attack. Using the D8 to hit. Gets it. Only 2 damage. Spends his grit. Trying to push that damage up. Jesus, what the fuck does this? So that was, well, okay. So he's only doing 2 damage, but he does have his feathered band. He had 7 movement. He only used 1, which means he can add 3 damage to that attack. So he's got the 2. Does this still not get through? Yeah, 3 damage is soaked by his defense. 2 gets through, taking him down to 8 and decreasing his defense down to 2 because of the spear. That's really cool. Like, this item synergizes incredibly well with this, because otherwise he would have completely whiffed on that and not gotten the benefit of it. But that did not happen, and now he's doing his regular attack. I really hate this goddamn dice tower. Now my dice has disappeared back here. Oh, it was a 6. I'm keeping that. All right. So 1 hit, 6 damage. Okay. Wow. Okay. Defensive 2. So that's another 4 damage on him, taking him down to 4. Very nice. And I don't believe I have anything else to assist with that. That brings it back. Well, actually, we roll the P. Do we roll it every turn? When does their initiative reset? Why does it not say anything about this? Target the unarmed heroes. Target and rolling. It's weird. It doesn't talk about rolling the peril die for. I swear I saw that somewhere. Assuming that they re-roll the peril die for their initiative every turn. Damn, I could have sworn I saw that somewhere. It must be every turn. Which means that the Valkyrie Avenger actually gets to activate first. So rolling for grit. Gets it again. Moves. 1, 2. Doing her Avenging Blade. Your melee that hits uses the D8 to hit. Ooh, once per turn you may ignore an enemy's tough ability. Yeah. Okay, so I'm using the 2 2 weapons instead of one-handing the Avenging Blade. To combat. Those are... It's 1 miss and 1 hit. She spends a grit to reroll the miss. Ha! She gets a crit. Rolls the crit damage. 2. Well, you know, you get to roll damage together. So. Oh, no, fuck you. No, she's gritting her damage. Rerolling those. There it is. He's dead. Boo! See you later, Wasteland Scavenger. All right. So everybody gets, well, she gets 40 XP for killing his ass. We get 2 loot cards. Oh, XP value changes to 10 plus 5 each. No, I'm just going to leave it as it is. It's fine. I mean, I'm kind of screwing myself out of some XP, but I'll live with it. Because that is going to wrap this mission up. I don't think I'm going to be pressing my luck any further into the Blast of Waste, although I will be visiting the Barter Town after this, so make sure you come back for the next video to check that out. All right. Small scrap, supply stash, 2 pieces of tech. Okay. Choose supply stash. Choose one of the following to gain: either whiskey, bandages, or spice. I forget what spice is. Spice. Discard to add D3 damage to a single one of your hits. You also take 1 wound, ignoring defense. Yeah, I'll take that. That sounds really cool. Let me get that spice, that melange. For you Dune fans out there. 30 XP. 80. Good timing on deciding to cut this video off because my wife decided to start vacuuming upstairs for some reason. And then another 300 gold means that he has a shitload of gold. And then over here we've just got 2 tech. So tech, 30 XP. $235 and another 300 gold. They get to catch their breath, which I really don't care about because this mission is over. Yeah, after completing the second clue, the heroes had the opportunity to push their luck and press on, continuing to search for survivors, or to claim victory and successfully complete the mission. I am going to claim victory. I have found the survivor. So each hero gains 25 XP and 50 gold. If 1 or more survivors are found, each hero also gains an extra 200 gold. So each hero gets 250 gold and 50 XP. Man, that is a shitload of gold to get in your starting mission. All right. At the end of each adventure, fully heal your health and sanity, remove any status effects, resolve any reward failure, roll for corruption from Darkstone. He's got 3 Darkstone. For every roll of 1, 2, or 3, hero takes 1 corruption hit. He's good. She's got 4. She takes 1 corruption hit with her willpower save. Failed, so she takes a corruption. And then you get to reset to 1 grit. All right. Well, that is it for our playthrough of the Cities of Gold adventure card from the Valley of the Serpent Kings Kickstarter. This is one of the card packs that came with it, and may be available on the website now. I'm not entirely sure. In terms of, man, especially at least with this very first mission, and I did go out of my way to start with the starter mission from the campaign. I don't know that this card adds enough difficulty to justify the 2,000 gold I made in that one run. But you know, it could have played out that way if I had drawn more beast enemies, or just failed some of those deadly traps a little bit more and taken more wounds from that. Then, you know, I could have limped into that fight. But just so happens that I came into it strong, and we're good. And so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and look for more from our intrepid band of Jaguar Warrior and Valkyrie Avenger, to be named later. And next time we'll be going to the Blasted Wastes Barter Town, and I think we'll continue our campaign in the Blasted Wastes. So look forward to that, and I will talk to you later.